Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Phunware's channel as we explore the Internet of Things. Joining us, COO Randall Crowder. Welcome, sir.
What's going on? Good afternoon. Exciting on a Friday. Get some right into the weekend. So appreciate you taking the time.
I love the energy already, man. So getting right into this, Phunware's cloud services are reaching the likes of NASCAR, NFL, and Fox. But for newer investors, can you kind of give some insights into the elevator pitch behind the exact services and software you guys are offering?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to share my screen real quick, and we'll jump right into this. And I won't bore you with too many slides, but it's always helpful to kind of know where we've been, where we're going. So real quick, Phunware was actually founded back in 2009. And so our hypothesis early on was pretty simple. Let's transition large brands off the web onto mobile. And really, we focused on mostly the passion verticals. So it's exactly what you described. We built the first NASCAR app, the first NFL app. We built and maintained most of Fox's mobile application portfolio, Sochi Olympics, CW, NBC. We worked with everybody. And so chances are a lot of people have actually touched Phunware software before, and we got really good at it and effectively became a digital agency. And we thought, what if we could take all of that knowledge, all of that continuity, everything we knew about mobile over the last decade, and let's put it into a platform that would allow companies to license mobile software the same way you would license a CRM from Salesforce or a communications platform from Twilio. And why that's important is now everybody's thinking about digital transformation. So it's no longer good enough to have a mobile application. It's what are you doing with it? It's no longer looking at the mobile phone like, let me stream Netflix or let me check out my social media feed. It's if a phone is mobile, location aware, and it's always with a person and always connected to a network, how can I use that to better engage those people? And so we really have a really interesting opportunity right now because the world is very connected. Everybody talks about IoT. You got infotainment, computers inside of cars. You've got 5G connectivity. You've got really advanced Wi-Fi. But we live very disconnected from that connected world. Imagine the last time you went to a grocery store. Maybe you cross an RF signal to open the door. Maybe you swipe a credit card when you're leaving, but that's it. Where's all the stuff we grew up in Hollywood? Watch Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Where's the personalized advertisements? Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 2, the hologram shark trying to eat them. That's digital transformation. It's this idea of understanding who you are, where you are, what's around you, and what might be important to you and profitable to a brand. And so really what Phunware is all about is providing this software layer between IoT and digital transformation that's kind of the Internet of experiences. And so that's effectively what we built. Multi-screen as a service. We raised over $100 million as a private company before going public. It's this idea of delivering contextual engagement. How do I get the right content to the right customer on the right screen at the right time in the right place? And we're going to knock it out of the park. So this is the future of mobile. It's table stakes. And it's really exciting as companies really begin to think about how to tech enable their customer flow, but it's operational efficiency, it's profitable behavior. And we can talk a little bit more about that, about where we're focusing right now, because it's really, healthcare. It's a lot of places that didn't really adopt mobile until more recently. So retail, hospitality, corporations looking to return to the office, so smart workplace solutions, even in politics, people trying to better engage their constituency. So really excited about what lies ahead, and we've got some really exciting wins. And then beyond that, we can talk about this in a little bit. We have a blockchain component to it. We're not chasing a fad. It's actually accretive to our platform. So really excited about that as well.
Man, I got to say, that's probably one of the better elevator pitches I've heard. Just to dive down a little bit more before we go into the crypto side of it, can you expand a little bit more on some of your, who's your largest clients right now? Who are you guys primarily working with? I know you're hitting a lot of different markets here, but you guys have top tier clients that'll probably make up the majority of your revenue right now?
Yeah, right now our biggest clients are probably in healthcare. So hospitals looking to tech enable the continuum of care or patient experience. So, imagine a patient shows up on a medical campus, your EHR, that they need help getting around. Maybe they have limited mobility. You should have a wheelchair waiting for them. How does that happen? You have to be able to curate that information in the virtual world, serve it up to a patient in the real world, and then be able to deliver them a better experience. It also works on the clinician side. And so being able to find a widget, if you're running around trying to find a widget necessary for surgery, you should be able to walk out into the hallway, say widget 1, 2, 3, and be directed directly to wherever that inventory management system knows that widget is. And so hospitals are a big customer base for us. And we work with some of the biggest hospitals, in the country, if not the world. Hospitality is big. So if you imagine, so we work with Atlantis in the Bahamas. So this idea of being able to enjoy your experience more. So you should be able to, check into a hotel, get your keys sent directly to your phone, use your phone to access your hotel room, but then you should be able to explore all the amenities that a property might have, down to the ability to be able to order food or drink anywhere on a resort and have the waiter just find you. So being able to enable like an Uber Eats like function while you're inside a property. Everybody's had that experience in Vegas where you're looking around waiting for a waitress because they tell you get free drinks, but a waitress only comes by once an hour, so you're not really getting free drinks. I want to order it from my phone, go enjoy whatever I'm doing, and I want you to just find me with my stuff. Yeah. That's what the future is going to be. And then returning to work, smart workplace solution. We got a multi-million-dollar contract with Norfolk Southern. They want an office of the future. So they're building a brand new headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia, and they want basically their entire employee experience to be managed by a mobile application. So parking management, room booking, conference room scheduling, dwell time monitoring, access control, visitor credentialing, on-campus notifications, emergency response, everything. It's literally like Star Trek, and you got a tricoder now. And so really excited about that one. That's going to be the future of a smart workplace.
Yeah, I kind of love what you're talking about here, because I think people don't appreciate it enough. Usually when you buy a company like yourself, you're almost getting like this diversified ETF of clients across all these different sectors. And we're going to kind of rope back around to the kind of the health care sector exposure with some news that you came out with. But first, I'm sure people are eager to hear about that you guys basically announced the blockchain-enabled customer data platform called PHUN. So what can you offer some insights into the crypto space and how you guys are kind of approaching it?
Yeah, so we actually it's interesting, as we had this story arc of MaaS, multi-screen as a service, our platform, and it was all about contextual engagement. We actually had a large cruise line come to us and say, great, I could use your platform to introduce infomercial-like capability at the point of sale. And well, if I did the numbers and I looked at that and I realized that I could have a certain conversion rate if people just watch the video, I might be willing to pay them to watch the video. Do you got anything like that? And all of a sudden the wheels start spinning and you think, actually, yes, the ability to manage microtransactions at a massive scale autonomously is a perfect use case for a cryptocurrency. And so what we ended up building out of that, we started out with PHUN. We ended up realizing that we needed to have 2 different tokens. And so I think we are one of the first companies to do this with a dual token model. We're certainly the first public company to have this. So PHUN is this concept of data. How do I value your data? We know that data is the most valuable asset on the planet now. That's the gold mine. But the only way you have data is by understanding engagement and activity. And so as I engage with the brand, as I do certain things, as I take certain actions, that's all engagement, and that's informing the data. So I call that the picks and shovels. That's what PHUN now represents. So we have PHUN, gold mine, valuing data. We have PHUN, a utility token that is actually valuing engagement. So every time you click on something, like something, share something, watch something, do something, I can incentivize that contextual engagement. And then I can reward you with a cryptocurrency that really functions like what people are comfortable with today. Utility tokens that trade on Binance and Coinbase and everywhere else. But every time we do that, we're informing what we call a knowledge graph, but effectively that's a graph database. That graph database is curating all of that data into a customer data platform that then brands can purchase that data. So the big idea here really is to create a totally decentralized data economy that puts the consumer first. You control what you share, who you engage with, and by God, if somebody buys your data, you get cut in on that deal. Like right now, you're just getting exploited. Facebook, Google, some of the big technology players, they're selling your data over and over and over and over and over. And what do you get out of it? You get to check out Kim Kardashian's butt, or what her latest outfit is. Like that's the most you get out of it. The reality is there's a lot of money on the table, and we just want to cut the consumer in on some of that. But the key to that is actually you want first party opt-in data. And so if you can get a consumer to hygiene and sanitize their own data, brands will come to the consumer over Facebook and Google any day. They're not loyal to Facebook and Google. Yeah. That's just the only game in town. So now it's time to introduce a new model built on the backs of blockchain, which can actually underpin this decentralized data economy. And that's where we want to play.
That's incredible, man. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come back around and maybe just pick a few of these topics and just hone right in on it and just kind of
I love that.
tear it apart. But I really love this introduction here. So to just kind of leave that where it is, let's come back around to the news side of this, because you guys recently just dropped some big news with Dignity Health choosing Phunware for the comprehensive mobile health care. What does this news kind of entail for Phunware?
You know what? This one's exciting, and it's really just indicative of what we're doing. So, our ability to deploy mobile software faster and more feature-rich than anybody is really indicative of these brand new wins. We also announced recently one of the largest pediatric hospitals in the country, again, if not the world. And both of these, they basically, said, "Hey, we want to go with you," and we're able to deploy these things in basically less than a week. Nobody can do that because they don't have our platform. They normally have to build these things from scratch. And so we're able to turn around these mobile application portfolios really fast. So we're excited to be able to begin showing hospitals, hey, you don't need to wait 6 months to build a mobile application. License our software, we'll get you stood up and running. But also important in these is, the partners involved. So we have an indirect strategy. And so we don't want to necessarily build out a big direct sales team. And so a lot of these are actually sold through partnerships. And even more importantly, what we announced even before these most recent deals was a deal with Carrier. So the large heating and cooling company, they want to basically become the managed, smart building of the future. And so we've integrated our location software with their technology offering. We also in healthcare have Cox ProSite. So Cox Enterprises, one of the largest carriers in the world, they actually licensed or basically white labeled our healthcare solution. You go to Cox ProSite, look at their website, you'll see a lot of the same imagery in our healthcare solution. And that's because, they want to play in a big way in the healthcare space, largely focused on clinicians. And then HID Global, actually another multi-billion-dollar company, licensed our smart workplace solution. They already have, a lot of the smart locks, access control. And so now they want to kind of take that one step further and really dominate the smart workplace solution. So that's what's exciting to us, is it's not just any one specific win, it's how we're winning. We want to sell through indirect channels. That's how we scale. Right now is an amazing entry point for investors. We haven't been valued this low since probably 2012 in our Series B. And so it's a great entry point for net new investors, great opportunity to share the story. Once these things start hitting and begin activating, it's going to be a really exciting time. It's going to be a fun time for all.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you were excited for, but I think that was an incredible note to finish up on here, man. So what we're going to do is we're definitely going to come back around, because I love your attitude. I love your pitch here. You got super excitement going on in all these different sectors. So is there anything else you'd like to say real quick?
No, thank you to my team. I'm only excited because this is the best job on the planet. I work with people that are much smarter than me. It's awesome to be, talking to a customer, ideating on things, and then have a team that can deliver it, almost immediately. And that's how we're designed as a platform. So amazing people here. Average tenure of our employees is 6 years, which is hard in a tech company. That's because we love what we do, and we absolutely can really take the world forward, not in terms of how we approach mobile, but how we approach blockchain, and really kind of jump that chasm into mainstream adoption. So we're excited for the future. Can't wait to talk about it again some more with you, and excited to kind of reach your audience and tell some more people about the story. So I certainly appreciate the opportunity.
This is great. So if anybody has any questions, let us know in the comment section below so we can get some retail focused questions perhaps moving forward. But in light of this, Randall, stay cool, stay awesome, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Absolutely. Thank you.